much of the season with a #1 ranking, it became a target on their backs as the postseason approached. UW-Stevens Point seemed poised to leave the Warhawks behind on the road to the College World Series, then bounces started going Whitewater's way.
I felt that if we could get to the last game and then hopefully, to the College World Series, I think those guys who've been so solid with us with the bats all year will start to hit better, because that's how hitting is.
After a solid run in the World Series last year, when the Warhawks came up short of a national championship, earning another chance does have the sweet taste of success.
Everyone says that, we were done this year and that we're not going to be as good as last year because we lost Brady and Callie. Well, you know what? We got a bunch of guys that step in, we reload around this place, and that's how we win championships.
It's different. I think it's harder. I don't know if it's more rewarding because it's a different bunch of people stepping to the plate.
Just one of two teams returning to Appleton, the Warhawks have the power, the pitching, and the experience to bring a trophy home.
I mean, we got a good group of guys here, man, and we're real solid type of seniors here. I hope we can just go up there and do something. I mean, we've been there before. We know what to expect, and hopefully get up there and get a couple wins, maybe championship.
In Whitewater, Chris Swanson, News 3 Sports.
This year, the Warhawks aren't prepared to settle for anything less than the World Series crown. Taking on Trinity College of Connecticut in the first game. Top of the second, Nick Teach singles to right. That scores Jeff Newcomer and Aaron Soto. It's 2-zip Warhawks. Bottom two now, Rob O'Leary grounds to first. Newcomer tries to get the out, but throws it into left center field. Aaron Soto runs it down. Always hit your cutoff man, and he does. That's Greg Harder, and Harder throws a strike to Aaron Gilbo to nail the runner at the plate. Top six now, 4-3 Whitewater. Ross Clawwitter hitting .398 on the season, triples to right. That scores Teach. Whitewater advances with the 8-3 win, and they have experience to thank.
We know what to expect. Last year we had no idea. We had banquets and dinners and luncheons to go to, and this year we knew everything. We came in a lot more calmer. The older guys that were here last year, we have a bunch of freshmen on the team. The freshmen are a little nervous, so we just told them to take it in stride and calm down, and everything eventually will play ball.
I think we're a more balanced team than we were a year ago. I mean, from up and down, we hit a little bit better, we feel a little bit better. We have some good pitching, of course, but this is a team that's capable of sitting back and hitting with a team, and it's also capable of doing some other things as well.
Whitewater plays Chapman University tomorrow.
Still battled elimination for 3 days before coming up short of the title game and taking third. The Warhawks made sure this would not be a repeat performance. Bright and early, 10 a.m. this morning against Trinity College of Connecticut. It's 4-3 Whitewater in the sixth. Ross Clawwitter crushes a drive to right. He's going to find the ground in the wall for a triple. Nick Teach scores to pad the lead at 5-3. Same score in the eighth. More insurance for the Warhawks. Dan Ganatzig singles past the pair of infielders. Teach scores again as Whitewater runs away with the win. 8-3 the final. Teach also got it done at the plate. He had 3 RBI. Pitcher Kevin Tomasevich went 8 innings, 7 strikeouts. Only 2 of the runs were earned. The Warhawks face Chapman
near
tomorrow
Appleton.
at 4:30.
Ross Clawwitter tripling home Nicholas Teach. Whitewater teaches Trinity an 8-3 lesson. The Warhawks add to their school record with their 42nd victory.
Everyone on our team and everyone in this tournament realizes if you can win the first 2, and then if you were to win the first 3, obviously you're sitting in a great position. So, I mean, it's not something we talked about during our meetings or anything like that, but I think it's a reality of the
Stressful innings tonight, but the UW-Whitewater baseball team pulls off another big win at the NCAA Division III College World Series. Let's head to Fox City Stadium in Grand Chute. Whitewater taking on Chapman University of California. The Hawks in trouble early. John Alexander lacing it past the infield. That scores Tyler Dean. Panthers score 2 in the first. Whitewater, though, has the best batting average in D3, and they put it to good use. Eric Baldwin crosses the plate when Eddie Adamson drives him in. Warhawks tie it at 2. Then 5th inning, Warhawks take control. Eddie Adamson getting a hold of one deep to right. It's gone. That ties it at 5, and Whitewater goes on to the big win, 7-6 tonight. The Warhawks will swing for their 3rd straight win in these D3 championships tomorrow night at 7. Also,
Rob Vogel.
The Whitewater Warhawks know full well that the road to a championship is filled with obstacles. Case in point, last year's crushing season-ending loss in the 9th inning at the College World Series. Saturday, the nation's top-ranked Division III baseball team experienced the other side of that thrill of victory, agony of defeat deal. We take you to Fox City Stadium. Whitewater taking on Chapman University. After giving up 5 runs in the first 2 innings, Warhawks rally. Bottom of the 8th, Aaron Gilbo's solo homer ties the game at 6. Still in the 8th, a pass ball will allow Eddie Adamson to cross the plate with the go-ahead run, and it's 7-6 Warhawks. After a shaky start, Greg Reinhardt settled down. He goes the distance for his 12th win of the year with a mere 120 pitches. 7-6, Whitewater advances to Sunday night semifinals.
We had to find, like, you know, some rhythm or some character of the game. You know, the game was just, it seemed like flat, and, you know, you don't know the batters because they're not from here. And I'm just glad that, you know,
nobody said winning a World Series was going to be easy, but after dealing with rainy weather, wading through marathon games, and rallying for comeback wins the last 2 days, Whitewater is now just 1 victory away from winning the Division III Baseball World Series. That's because the Warhawks beat Worcester last night 10-7, thanks in part to a 6-run 4th inning, highlighted by Aaron Gilbo's run-scoring single. So now Whitewater will get today off, and then the Warhawks will play State University of New York at Cortland in Tuesday's championship game. A Whitewater win, and the Warhawks are the champions. But if they lose the 1 o'clock game, they'll still have another shot. They'll play another game at 4:30 against Cortland, with the winner of that then taking the crown. So it would seem that Whitewater, the only undefeated team left, is very much in the driver's seat. You don't have to be a genius to figure out Whitewater had it made heading into today's Division III World Series title game. The Warhawks undefeated so far up in Grand Chute, meaning Cortland State would have to knock them off 2 games in a row to prevent the trophy from coming to the Badger State. Whitewater looking for its first ever Division III Baseball World Series title, taking on the Red Dragons. 4th inning, Whitewater up 5-2. Adding to that lead, Eddie Adamson, the single into right field. Ross Clawwitter from Janesville slides home ahead of the throw. 6-2 Warhawks. Later in the inning, it's Jeff Newcomer's turn. The bloop single into center. Eric Baldwin and Adamson both come around to score. Whitewater rolling up 8-2, part of a 4-run 4th inning. Kevin Tomaszewicz threw a complete game, allowing just 9 hits, extending his school record for victories as Whitewater wins it 11-4 for its first ever title.
I mean, when you have so many quality people put together on one team, and they're all pushing for the same thing, and they want the same thing, this is how it's supposed to end.
To be a Warhawk and go out on top, I mean, people are going to look at you forever and say, well, you know, you're the team to beat now. It's sad, bittersweet at the same time, but, you know, next year, hopefully the guys come back.
Ranked the top Division III team in the country. Only fitting that they sealed the deal with a win at the D3 World Series today in Appleton. The Warhawks didn't lose a single game in the tournament. In today's championship against State University of New York, Cortland, Whitewater scores 4 in the first. Eddie Adamson knocks in 3 with this double. He'd lead the way with 4 RBIs. But on this play, a throwing error puts the catcher in harm's way. He's out. Adamson scores as well. Whitewater rolls to an 11-4 win. Here's the final out. Let the celebration begin.
We're the champion of the whole country. It's truly amazing, and you know, even better is we only lost to 3 teams this year, which is amazing.
Division III World Series title. Go to Grand Chute near Appleton. The Warhawks play for their first ever baseball title. First inning, bases loaded for Whitewater's Eddie Adamson. He belts one to deep left. Watch this. Takes a funny bounce off the wall. Play at the plate. Broadhead native Aaron Gilbo is safe. Catcher is dazed. Ball gets away, and Adamson scampers all the way home. 4-0 Warhawks after 1. Second inning, Cortland rallies. Jimmy Bass Knight hits a double. 2-run score. That makes it 4-2. But in the 4th inning, the Warhawks plate 4 more. Jeff Newcomer, 2-run single. Adamson and Eric Baldwin score. Whitewater leads 8-2, and that's more than enough for starter Kevin Tomaszewicz. He throws the complete game and an 11-4 win. Tomaszewicz is the most outstanding player. Warhawks win their first ever national title.
When you have so many quality people put together on one team, and they're all pushing for the same thing, and they want the same thing, this is how it's supposed to end. I mean, this is how it's supposed to end.
The Warhawks wrap up their season 40.
Eddie Adamson is responsible for all those runs with this double. Gets some help with an off-kilter relay throw that put the catcher in harm's way. 3 runs come home. The catcher gets creamed right here. Ball to the backstop. Adamson scores. That makes it 4-0. Kevin Tomaszewicz pitched a complete game win. Final 11-4 Whitewater. He's named MVP of the tourney. Here's the final out.
This is how it's supposed to end. It was a good day.
That lead.
Eddie Adamson, the single into right field. Janesville's Ross Clawwitter slides home ahead of the throw. Then later in the inning, it's Jeff Newcomer's turn. The bloop single into center. Eric Baldwin and Adamson both score this time. Whitewater rolling up 8-2, part of a 4-run fourth inning. Kevin Tomaszewicz threw a complete game, allowing just 9 hits and extending his school record for victories as Whitewater wins it 11-4 for its first ever baseball title.
But at the 7th inning, I knew I had enough for a complete game, and I just begged Bo every inning. I was like, one more inning. And then when he came out there and told me, he's like, well, you got one more batter, otherwise Greg's coming in. I was like, well, he ain't gonna come in there. So got the guy out. That was it.
We started at 18-0. We were the #1 team. We're still the #1 team. That doesn't happen much in dog racing.
NCAA Division III baseball championship. The Warhawks beat State University of New York Cortland. The final score, 11-4. This is the first time the Warhawks have taken the title. Fox 6's Joe LaBarbera is in Appleton, and he joins us now live from Fox City Stadium with more on fans and players who must be elated, Joe.
Yeah, a little bit of partying going on up here. There were plenty of stories, too, both on and off the field. Former players coming back to see the new guys. The Chancellor watching his team win a national championship before leaving to take a new gig in Connecticut. But the one story that sticks out and has to be told involves a guy everyone knows as Mills. Jim Miller wouldn't miss the Division III World Series for all the sluggers in Louisville.
Yeah, come on, Eddie!
His seat is not in the dugout, it's in the stands. After 34 years at Whitewater and 17 as head coach, the longtime Warhawks skipper decided to give up control of his team 2 years ago.
Let's get it down, let's go!
To former player and assistant coach John Vodenlich. Vodenlich has taken the Warhawks to the championship series both seasons. The only other time Whitewater played in the College World Series was 1989. The head coach, Jim Miller. There was also a little-known backup catcher on that team, and his name is John Vodenlich.
My job was to carry the starting catcher's equipment. That's what I did. I did that and caught BP.
Vodenlich wasn't a star that year, but he certainly has become one. The following year, he was all-conference and all-American after that. And the son, Jim Miller, never had.
Well, I guess maybe that's a good way to put it. I mean, we've been, for all practical purposes, we've been together for 17 years, and I mean, it's through thick and thin, and it's not only baseball.
It's life, and it's special. So when you look at the only national baseball championship in the Whitewater record book, there's one thing you won't see, or hear. The words from head coach John Vodenlich, spoken on the day his team won it all.
We want to win a national title for a lot of reasons, but at the top of the list is Jim Miller.
The celebrating may be ending here in Appleton, but it's continuing in Whitewater. Already a parade tonight. Fire truck meeting the team as it comes into town, parading through town, and ending up at the Warhawks